Hello guys, so I decided to go live on YouTube so you guys could see the trade. So we're doing it live here. Let me zoom in. Zoom in. Right, so I decided to do a short-term trade, not because I do that, but I just thought that many of you want to do short-term trades. So decided to do a short-term trade. Our entry point was here. So now it from my entry point is up 3% and now went back down to 1. But anyway, it's very close to that red line. If it crosses that red line, then you should sell. That's how this is on a 1-minute trading. It is not a good entry point for any other time. But Matic is very hot right now. If you bought Matic before on a different like if you go to 4-hour, right, which would be a preferred way to trade Matic, you can see it's like went parabolic, right? Like look at that. So and the buy zone was right here. If you want to see the candles, you can do like that. The buy zone just right here. So, and if you did the trade on a 4-hour, you would make a lot more. Oh, right now it's up to 13% or 14. But last time there was a buy point on the 4 hours a long time ago. Was down here, back in what is that? February 21, February or something like that. And since that time, somewhere it's right here. It's went up to 1,500%. So I'm not saying it's going to do the same thing now. I'm just saying that it's a very good entry point, but we are writing it close, very close. As far as BTC on the 1 minute is not, it's not confirmed for the medium. So those who bought here took a risk, obviously, to go down, but you're still below the longer average time, right? So it just needs to cross. This blue line needs to cross, and if it does cross, then the medium risk takers can buy. Those of you who already bought BTC here, you're better off buying on a green candle. If we go to 1 hour, this is what most people do, right? They go in a trade, and they look at the 1 hour, and they buy, and your buy point should have been here. Okay, so I have a hard time explaining that to you guys on the Telegram group, because I would never buy on a green candle like this. I would just buy here. You see what I'm saying? And then if you measure from here to there, you're already up 8%. Okay, it's not a big trade, but some of you do. The problem is you're trying to do the short trade. So then you need to go on a 1 minute to do that, and you need to find that entry point, and that entry point would be like here, right here. Right here was an entry point, right? Now you could do the entry point here if you're a high risk taker. You can go below that line, or here, right, and just hold it, and then try to reach what your goal is. So these are not big percentage here on that trade, right? Am I looking at BTC? Hold on. Matic, here's what I want to see. So here is a good trade here. If you did this trade here, right, the entry point is here, and from here to there, it's pretty good. It's 15%. This is like short time range, right? Like, anyway, because we're looking at a 1 minute time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just trying to help you guys, for those of you who are leveraging, because if I was going to leverage, I would leverage like that. Not saying I will leverage. Okay, you guys can leverage all you want, but I'm not planning to leverage anytime soon. And I wouldn't use candles for this. I would just use the line. Why? It's easier to see the higher highs and the lower lows. Right now we're seeing lower lows, and the higher high is not confirmed, but we're seeing the lower highs and lower lows. So doesn't mean it's a trend change. We're looking at a 1 minute. It's going to be a lot more volatile than any other time, like the longer time, right? Like if you go to 3 days versus 1 day, less volatility. If you go 4 hour compared to 1 hour, it's less volatility. So we're looking at 1 minute, but you guys want to learn how to do short-term trade, right? So is it a buy or sell? For Matic? For Matic, it's still a buy, but it was a buy here. So you're taking less risk. Look, guys, it's all about risk management. If you bought Matic here, like I told you, right, then there's a less risk if you buy it here. Because as you see, you can buy it here, and then it goes down, right? Obviously, you should sell here, so you'd lose 1.9 if you did that. And that's what a lot of people do. They see the green candles on the 1 hour, and then they buy. But you guys are doing short-term trading. You cannot trade on a 1 hour. You need to trade on a 1 minute. Well, a lot of people seem to think so, but BTC is struggling to even get back into that zone. Almost there, going there. So once this line, once the price crossed the red, that's an entry point for the high risk takers. For the lower risk taker, you're waiting for the moving average to cross the red. This is for short-term trade, unlike leverage. Again, I'm not doing leverage. I'm just saying that if the BTC is going to hit 70K, you're in the next 10 days or whatever, that would mean that the PI cycle is wrong, right? So I don't want to move away from Matic too long because it's so close to that line. If this hits here, then we got to exit, you know? It's very, very close. So hopefully it doesn't hit, right? You're trying to be above this red line because you bought it before this. Now, if you wait, you could wait until this, but in almost every case, if the price does this, this moving average will like follow. But the odds are in our favor that's not going to happen. But we just need to wait and see. Just need to wait and see. But my exit point is if it crossed that red line. So if you're doing leverage and you sold before that it crossed that red line, you're still up 0.8%. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to lose, right? And then you just wait until it crosses again. For those of you doing like leverage, that's how I would trade if I'm doing any of that stuff. Okay, so it's going up. That's good. See, there's this boost. So that's what I'm saying. Most of the time, if we are buying here, when the moving average cross, it should be good. Should be good. So now that it went up, let me go to BTC. BTC is still not crossed. You see that? It's below. So the entry point is for very high risk takers. High risk takers would actually buy it here. They'd buy it here. You're trying to find the furthest place away, right? If you believe it's going to go up to like 70K, why would you not buy it here? It's a perfect entry point. And I hate to see that my followers will buy on a green candle. Are you kidding me? We don't buy in green candles. That doesn't make sense to me. We just buy based on technical analysis. If you believe it's going to go up to 70K, great. Trade on the 1 minute if you're doing leverage trades. That's it. Very, very like easy. So it came close to cross, but it's not crossed yet. Doesn't mean it won't. High risk takers are already bought here, yeah. Medium risk takers, we are waiting for it to cross this line, okay? That's it. It's not that hard. But PI cycle, just to look on the 1 hour, the 1 day here for 1 minute for you guys who want to understand the PI cycle. These are paid script only, and it has already touched. You can see these two lines here. Okay, not good. Not good because this basically the guy who created this is based on mathematical formula. It doesn't mean it's accurate, but it says that basically 3 days from these lines touching, which they touched today. I think they touched yesterday, but I got the email about 5 hours ago or something like that from the guy who created this and saying that potential market cycle top. Guys, I wouldn't think so either, but listen, if you're flying an airplane and you don't listen to your indicators and you just listen to your feeling, then you're going to make a mistake and crash and die. It's same thing with trading. Like indicators are there to help us, you know. So as far as the market cycle top, now let's use candles because it's easier to see. You can see we're already in it. We're in the red zone. Now, it could go up based on this up to 90,000. So I don't think that 70,000, which is right around here, is an unrealistic target. Okay, that could happen within the next 2 or 3 days. Yeah, Matic is looking good. Well, let's take a look at it. We need to get rid of this. So I'm just trying to help you guys to make money, and I'm only going to do this today, I think, because this is, not my job really, to be honest, to show you how to trade on this kind of thing, But yeah, it's looking good, right? So right now on our trade, and I don't know how much you want to trade. I mean, I don't usually trade these kind of thing. I mean, I'm just doing a small trade, but it's 3.5%, right? And yeah, so I put a little bit of money on that trade, but if it's keep going up, that's good for me. Yeah, so as I said, because you have 2 ways to sell. One is that you sell based on your goal. If you're leveraged 10x, which I didn't do on this trade, I just put a little bit of like money. Okay, I mean a little bit, like 80,000 on this trade. So it's not a lot, but it's just, if I'm going to teach you how to do it, I'm going to make money teaching you. Okay, so I'm up 2.2% on 80 grand, right? Actually, sorry, more than that. Right here, 3.6% if I sold now, but I'm not going to sell now. I'm just going to see what's possible. But if you're leveraging 10x, I would sell right now, because that's the problem with leverage. You can't afford to go down, right? Like, you want to make 3, 4, 5% and then sell. That's it. Don't be greedy, guys. If you're leveraging 10x, you just made I don't know, if I put 80 grand, that was 800. I'm not sure what the math is, but 800,000. Let's do the math. I'm not gonna I would never do that. It's just not. I mean, I could, but 800,000 times 3.5%, I would have made 28 grand in like 5 minutes, right? So how valuable is that for you to know the entry point and how to make 3% over and over again? I think that the problem that I have with some of you, I'm not here to criticize you guys, is that you're following the strategy of people that are on YouTube, in my opinion, like, oh my God, like, their strategy is so basic. It's kindergarten, like drawing. Yeah, there's some good stuff, but it's too simple. So I decided to show you guys this as a more complicated strategy, but up to you what you do with it, because you need to buy a lot of these tools as well, right? So now you have a lot of room to grow if you don't leverage, because the higher it goes, the longer it will last. So now we're at the all-time high. We didn't quite beat it, because the all-time high here was 0.42, right? So we need to beat that, and then we can go much higher. But you see this, we are seeing higher highs. Even though this is going down like this, it's okay, higher highs. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, this could go on a long time. I'm not sure I will keep my trade open the whole time, but I might. Because, oops, I don't want to erase that. This is the entry point. This was the entry point for the high risk taker. Those who entered a lower risk would have entered at a different price target. Hold on. I'm not used to this thing here. Yeah. Those who entered at a lower risk ratio would have entered somewhere around here, I guess. Here. Yeah, around there. Because you're waiting for that line to cross, but I don't know. I think it's... I would enter here. But if you're waiting technically on a technical analysis point of view, you're supposed to enter after that line cross. But you know what? If this one crosses, usually that one's going to cross all as well. So, yeah, anyway. Does that make sense? Any questions about this? Let's see what it does. Now, why I would choose Matic as well is because of the 4 hours, the same pattern. And that started today as well. See? Blue line crossed here on the 4 hour. See that? And I knew because that happened, it's a good buy. 16% on the 4 hour. So you make more money thinking long term. So that 4 hour trade, not over for a long time, guys. As long as BTC stays in place. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So medium risk takers can now buy, but it's right at the line. So it needs to cross a little bit more, I think. Yeah. I would just wait that to cross if you're a risk medium risk taker. The high risk taker, again, you're gonna buy here. Okay. Medium risk taker, you buy when the line crosses up a little bit. Don't buy right at the line, but buy it there. So BTC is almost a buy-in now. I'm just trying to see your questions. Matic looking good. Let's go back to... So you see, that's why we would wait till it crosses a little bit, because you can see that on BTC, it hit the moving average, but now it's between the short term and the long term. So we want the short term moving average to cross the long term to confirm, right? Or at least we want this movement to go above the red line there. That's what we want. Okay. Let's see how Matic's doing. Yeah, still doing good. So this could be a long trade, but you can see by thinking like this, your leverage trade can do well, right? If you 10x or what, I wouldn't more than 10x because you could be liquidated very fast. So in the ideal scenario here, hold on a second, guys. I'm just gonna make sure that people know I'm live. Go ahead and ask questions if you have questions, guys. I'm just gonna share to my group. Anyway, we're just gonna watch what happens with Matic and BTC and then answer your questions. Okay, I shared. So how are we doing? I'm not getting your comments. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Put a 1 in a comment if you can hear me. Yeah, I'm not getting your comments here, guys. Weird. Yeah, no comments. I'm not getting it. Not sure why. So Oh, there we go. I've got a comment here. Price prediction for Matic on what time frame? Right? On what time frame are you wanting a price prediction? We're trading in the short term. Those who want to leverage on a 1 minute, just so you know. But if you're trading on a 4 hour and you had entered this morning, which would have been the ideal scenario, not now, here, then last time that I'm not saying it's going to do the same thing, but last time it crossed, it was here. And if you measure from the last time of the entry point, the highest, it's about 2100%, 21x, 2,167%. Am I saying it's going to do the same thing? I don't know. As long as BTC remains good, it might. That's why Matic is a better. Look at only the first 4 hour candle. If we go to candles here, it's pretty good. It's like, how many percent is that? That's 11% candle. That's crazy. That's why Matic is a better investment than BTC. I wouldn't invest in BTC when I can invest in like Matic. Second candle, still pretty good. But anyway, we're not, but you didn't make the entry point on time, which would have been, what time? Which would have been like right about here, where the green one, right? Which was was like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, not 4, 4, 8, 12, about 16 hours ago, you should have entered on the 4 hour view. You're too late for that. So there was no other entry point except the 1 minute point. Okay. Which is okay. You can make money for short term, but it cannot go below here. Okay. Because you entered based on the rules of short-term trading. So on a 1 minute, price target is unknown. But you know, because the 1 minute is very volatile. So if you calculate here though, on the last entry point there was 16% to be made. 16% if you leverage is pretty good. But there's no guarantee that this is not going to just, you know, well, it could just kind of, it could just kind of do this, right? Go up, go up, down, then down, and then just down again. And if that happens, then in that case, then yeah, we have to sell. So that's why it's very, very close to the longer moving average. Gray line. Let me change the color of that. You mean this one, right? That's the blue line. No, that's the green, like a little bit green line. Yeah. Let's put that yellow so it's very easy to see. So the yellow one is the short-term moving average. The orange one is the long-term moving average. When the short-term moving average crosses the long-term moving average, then what you have is an entry point. So we were talking about my channel, just, you know, long-term thinking. And that's true. I do think you can make more money on the 4 hour compared to the 1 minute. For sure. Yeah, I'm not going to look into any other trade because I'm on a live trade here with like Matic. So sorry, buddy. I'm not going to look at your other. I'm trading live. So I'm not going to be looking at any other symbol. Right? But anyway, I do look at BTC at times because if BTC, there you go, it crossed. BTC just crossed. So there's your entry point for medium risk takers. You can now buy BTC. That's an entry point right there. Okay. Medium risk takers, time to buy. Okay. You don't have to, but it's pretty good time to buy now. Not on a green candle like a lot of you do. So the red line is the longer moving average. The yellow line is the short term moving average. When they cross, it's a buy point. See, it's going up. BTC is going up, which is good for like Matic as well usually, but you know it's not totally connected with like Matic, but it still affects. If BTC crashed, then Matic's going to crash too. As long as BTC does well, then yeah. See, it's so BTC is going up. So that was a good entry point. Your chance of making money are much higher when you cross that red line. You go below it, you can try buy it as low as you can below that price. So if you want to see the candles, that's what it looks like. You basically have a correction here from the top, the all-time high, all the way here, right? And then you're buying, you're trying to figure out where's that bottom price. That's where you're going to buy. Then you buy from the bottom up until now, you made 0.7. That's why this is not a very good trade, but for Matic, it's better, right? So from the bottom to the top, you could have made 3.6%. But anyway, it's breathing in, breathing out, right? You know what I mean? Like, don't forget that, like, metaphor. That, you know, when you're trading, right? You're just gonna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, right? Right. So like it's yeah, it went like that, and now it's going up, right? Like this, and then it probably will keep going up like that. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see it go past this, because that's a sell point. See, it's very close to like selling. Ooh, very close. See that? Very, very close. But you could only watch the moving average. Sometimes the price moves below the moving average. That's why you don't follow the price per se. You follow the moving average, because the price is more volatile than the moving average. But you can also see I prefer to see the line instead of the candles, because you can see what's going on, right? Like, are we having a lower low or higher low? So it's very, very close here. You see that? I'm not sure what's going on with BTC. BTC is still up. Why is Matic not going up? Don't know. But that's what the way it is. Just have to wait till what happens. Yeah. So it's like Matic is going back down. Across that line. Be careful not to sell too quick, but sometime it will touch it and go back up. But if it doesn't, if it crosses that and it's confirmed cross, that's not good for Matic. That's the sell point. But I'm not. But you can also wait for the moving average, because it should bounce back with the moving average, especially if BTC is doing well. Matic has no reason to go down like that. So not sure what's going on with Matic, unless somebody's dumping. Yeah, I would give it a chance before selling, but technically you're supposed to sell here once it crosses. But I wouldn't sell right now because BTC is doing well. So in this case like that, I would look at the moving average. Okay, so I'm not going to sell on this. It just doesn't make sense. Just volatile. But you see the moving average is moving down, right? Let's see what happens. It's one minute time frame, because the only entry point was the 1 minute, which was here. Okay, and so I've decided not to sell even though it crossed, because BTC is doing well. It's still close, but it did cross, and Matic crossed that, but the moving average is still above the red line. So you're looking at the yellow line has to cross the red line technically, But the yellow line follows the blue line. So, you know, if the blue line goes down too much, then the yellow line will follow that too. So why it went through, I'm not sure. Just volatile, I guess. See, in the past, the last one, it didn't do that. But this one, it did. So you have to understand that the movement follows the moving average of the yellow. So now it's below the short term, below the long term. So technically speaking, right, unless the trend is changing to a downtrend, which I don't think so, because BTC is still on the uptrend. So Matic just now should not be behaving like that. It may just bounce back to align with the moving average. We have to wait and see. But like I said, I won't sell because BTC is doing well. So he's still going up. So Matic is, I don't know. Should bounce back in my opinion. And also we were looking at the moving average. It's a higher high, lower lows. So this has to bounce back. Sorry to tell you, but I don't agree with it. Okay. You have to look at all these things when you're trading. Otherwise, you're just reacting to your emotion, not technical. You know what I mean? See, it's bouncing back, right? Let's see if it's going to bounce back to the moving average. If BTC keeps going up, which it is, keep going up. You see that? Why is Matic not going up? It is going to go up. Watch. I predict it's going to go up. That's why I did not sell. Usually you would sell if that cross. But in this case, I didn't. Let's see what happens. Any questions? Looking here, what's going on? Let's look at BTC. Still doing well. Price entry on Matic was 0.4. Right here. Price entry was right there. 0.4. Okay. So right here. So you see that the movement is, if I'm at your place, I definitely sold at the 3%. Let's see if you're right. You might be right. But don't forget that the last major movement, okay? If you're there, you sold at 3%. The last one did 16%. Okay? So BTC is doing well. Look at BTC, keeps going up. You're not going to sell when BTC is doing well. And Matic is below the moving average. That should change and align back. You see what I'm saying? Not if your buy point is lower than the price. Buy point is 0.4. It went down as low as 0.4. It didn't go down. I think I'm pretty sure I don't leverage, but I'm pretty sure that it has to go lower than your buy point. Is that right? So you see the buy point here, right? And the lowest point after the buy point is here. So, and it, if the movement went below the buy point like here, then it will eat you, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's trading futures the same as trading the real thing, so I think it's fine. I think some people prefer that. No, I think Matic does follow the market rules to some degree, but you're right, not completely for sure. Not completely for sure. So now we can see that the moving average is now below this, so that's not good per se here, right? And this is not bouncing back, so was our buy point here, right? Yeah. So we're still in profit, but not good. It's getting very close. Not good, getting very close. I still give it a little bit more time. You can make more money if you are buy and hold. We're not advising on that right now. We're advising on the 1 minute for people who want to leverage. So we're not talking, of course, I don't do this kind of stuff, but many of our followers want to leverage because they only have $1,000 or what might you. So, you know, how do you turn 1,000 to 10? You're probably going to need to like leverage. Okay, guys, this is getting really, really close here to our selling point. You see that? It's when that touches the red or crosses the red, rather. Now, if you sell now, you're still not going to lose money. You get what I'm saying? Because if you bought it here, right? Now, you're not going to make much, but you're not going to lose. So what you can do is put a stop loss at your buy point so you don't lose anything, and then once that line cross, you can try again. So there, you know, like it's almost there, guys. It's just touched it. So you can put your stop loss at your exact amount that you bought it for, so you don't lose anything. Does that make sense? Because it might still go up, and you're technically still in profit for those of you who bought it at that price. So let me do that. And then you'll just have to wait and buy it again, right? So what did I buy it for? Order history, bought it for 0.406. So yeah, 0.406. And I do the stop sell, right? 0.406. So this is not a successful trade, but it's not over yet. Not over yet. You know what I mean? So it has to hit 0.406 for the stop loss to be... I'll come back to the long term. Let's just see what... Let me just explain here. So my stop loss is set, right? If it reaches 0.406, then a stop loss is activated. If it does not hit that and it turns around and goes back up, then I'm still in a trade and still profitable. If it hits my stop loss, then I don't lose anything. I did not make the potential 3.8%. Kind of sucks a little bit, but I didn't lose money either. You get what I'm saying? So I think like that. That's how I think. Okay? Because, you know, the key here is to be smart, not lose money. You can't, if you lose money, you can't be rich. That's how I think. So it looks good. It's still like it's going up. Like, you know, see that? Like it didn't even hit it. I mean, I'm still in a trade. Yeah. It might just go up. See that? Seems like it's pushing up here. Okay, well, anyway, my stop loss is set, but this seems I'm still in a trade. Okay, so that means if it goes back up, that it crossed, didn't hit the stop loss from the previous buy zone, which is 0.46. Okay. And it's going back up. Okay, yeah, my order's not been filled. I can see that on my trading platform. Very fun. Trading short term is not very profitable, but it can be fun, right? And if you're bored, rather than playing cards, you can do short-term trading. Okay. So that was a good buy zone. By the way, if this crosses again, it's another buy point. For those of you who are not in a trade, right? If like this would have been a good buy, technically, right? But there's no point buying if you already bought it at that price. You know what I'm saying? So for me to sell, it would have to go down a lot more. That's what I mean. So, but for those of you technically who didn't buy yet, if this crosses here, it's good. Then you should buy here. You can buy. You can have another entry point, right? It's risky, but not that risky. If it crosses. Anyway, let me zoom in here. So what's going on? What's going on with BTC? And then I'll answer the other person's question. So BTC is still above the red line, which is our long-term moving average. Green line is short-term. So it's staying very close to the short-term. It is going up, but very slowly. Very slowly, which we would expect for BTC. It's may not have rapid moves. What seems to happen with BTC is that you get little kind of sideways movement and then bam, big movement, right? So with Matic on I would trade on a 4 hour. The entry point came today about 16 hours ago. Just hide this for a while here. You can see that, yeah, it came right here 16 hours ago. And if you bought it here 16 hours ago, you're already up 12% or something like that. Okay? Actually, it's more. It says 14 because it went down a bit, right? Okay? The target, I don't make targets. I just look at what happened last time. So last time that we had an entry point like that was, actually, we'd have to zoom in a little bit more here to see the exact entry point, which was right here. See that? That's on the 4 hours. So if you had entered at that stage, it is a exactly 2,597% on the 4 hour. So that's pretty good. I mean, you could, is it going to do the same thing? I don't know. But you can see that Matic has a lot more potential to make you huge gains, right? because you can see that on the 4 hour, it didn't touch. It just kept above that red line the whole time. And then it went down and touched it. That's your sell point. Does that make sense? So if you waited until the sell point, you wouldn't make the full amount. You would have made 13x. Still 13x. Come on. That's not bad, right? Not bad at all. But sometime, like, we don't know what the peak is. That's the problem, right? We don't know. But I would be happy with a 19x. I might have sold it at that 19x. So is it possible that we see another 19x on the like Matic? I don't know. That we'd have to look at the market cap for what it is. Right? What is the market cap of Matic compared to other coins? But let me see here. The crypto prices. Okay, just looking into it. Give me 1 second. By the way, this was recommended through a premium membership. This coin. So, market cap is 2 billion. Do I think it's gonna be like if Matic is a $2 billion and Bitcoin is $1.1 trillion now, and Ethereum is 261 billion. Well, it has the potential to 10x, but keep in mind that Uniswap is 18 billion. Litecoin is 17 billion. It would have to do better than XML is 14 billion. Right? So Matic would need to beat a lot of coins to get there. I don't think that's going to do that. But do I think it can double? Sure. Triple? Easy. Sure. These are easier number to reach, right? Because Matic is now number 62. So it has a lot more room to grow than Bitcoin, right? Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so where are we at? 0.41. Still playing with the red line. Will BTC fall? Well, it's a question of when, right? It's a question of when. I mean, some people say it's going to go to 70,000. So if the PI cycle top is correct, then BTC will fall within the next 3 days. Crash is like coming, right? If the PI cycle top is right. And so far, I have to say that we have reached an all-time high on the Bitcoin. We're now in an all-time high. And, you know, the PI cycle just hit exactly at the right time. I don't know. It's very suspicious. I wouldn't bet all my assets on Bitcoin going up is what I'm saying. I would be very cautious. And stop sales are not going to work during a crash, just so you know. They're not going to work. What it means is that if the Bitcoin crashes, your stop loss is not going to work because it goes down too fast. They actually tell you. Okay, so look, right now, Matic is in a sideways movement. So I can go to Bitcoin and explain it to you guys, which you can see. I told you guys to buy when, right? If you listen to me, I told you to buy here and it's already up, right? So you can see that this strategy works. Not by much, 0.2%, but it's not over yet. Okay. But to understand the Bitcoin, let's go on a longer term view first of all. Okay. So let's look at different tools. Right. Let's look at this. So we're already, let's change that to candles. Look, we're already into the red zone. Okay. Oops. PI cycle top. Let's go. I think we have to go to 1 day to see the PI cycle top. Yeah, right here. The PI cycle top has already touched. So I'm not saying it's the end, but what could happen is we could have a double top. What is a double top? It's when, so let's say it goes to 70, right? And then it goes back down, right? Then it will probably reach like the 200 moving day average. We need to change some, but 200 day is about right here. I already checked. So it would go back to 30,000. And then it could go back up. It go back up. It could go all the way to 100,000 or so. It wouldn't go that fast. That just because there's no space. So actually, let me redo that. So it would be something like this. A crash happens very, very fast. It takes a few days to crash. Then it could rebound from the 200 day, which is technically should happen in almost every bull cycle. It like happens. So then you have a double top, right? It goes there, and then it starts going back. Then it starts going back, right? Oops, let's not touch. It starts going back up, right? So just because it's going to correct doesn't mean it's the end of the bull cycle. A double top means that it's like that. It goes here and then goes back up. So you have an opportunity to make a lot of money when you buy here at a 200-day moving average. It did touch, and you're using the wrong one. This indicator that I have is directly from the creator. So there's a lot of free stuff. Look, my look into Bitcoin is the guy who created the top cycle indicator. So I don't know which one you're using, but I'm using the premium one that from the creator directly. So you cannot say that it didn't touch. If you say like that, you're using a different one created by somebody else. I'm using it directly from the creator. Well, that's right. I like that. That's how I think. Yay. Okay. All right. Let's go back to Matic here, and I got to get rid of all this stuff. That's all I can tell you. Just be careful. You know what I mean? Like, why would you take the risks? Slow it down a bit. Slow it down. You know, there's a lot of opportunities to make money with like crypto. I need to check a few things. We were busy talking about Bitcoin, and I don't know if my no, my order still didn't fill at 406. So yeah, so I bought it just for those of you who are joining me now. Okay, I bought it here. Let's see what you're seeing here. I bought it at the red circle here, right there, and it's one up, down, and it's still in the zone. It's still in a buy zone right now. Okay, but it didn't cross it didn't hit the stop sell. Lucky me. And anybody else in a Matic trade right now? You could buy Matic right now. Technically, yes. It's probably going to go up. It's probably going to go up. Thumbs down, right? Okay, no problem. I don't care. So because it's hit, right? Look, it's hit. So when it crosses this red line, it's a buy point. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's how you buy it. That's how we bought it here. See, you could have bought it here if you're a high risk taker, but as soon as it crosses, then you're good. All right. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like what I'm saying. I'm so insecure that I'll be thinking about that for the rest of my life. Okay. Anyway, it's got to have fun with it. All right. Any other questions? I mean, yeah, you could be. You could buy now. It just, look, it's just crossed. It's just crossed. I mean, it looks like it's moving sideways, but we know what happens, right? It moves sideways like this, and then whoop, it goes up again, right? I think Matic's going to go much higher. So up to you, but it is a buy opportunity right now again, right here. Right here. Right now. Yes, buy. That for if you're the risk taker, buy it. Medium or high risk taker, buy now. Okay. I've already bought it. I'm still in the trade, okay? And just so you know where I bought it at 40406. Okay? So now, but listen, the moving average has moved. The red line's getting higher, right? You see that? So it's still a good price to buy. That's what I was trying to say. Like, a lot of you are buying on green candles. I don't do that. I find a moving average. Long-term and short-term. And this is a short-term trade on a one minute. But even on the 1 minute can last a long time. We could be on a trade for a very long time. We could be on a trade for an hour, 2 hours. Who knows, right? Because it could be moving sideways, up, down. You know, like we don't like we're trying to get that red line to move up. The more the red line move up, like it did here, you see, you bought here and whoop, moved up a lot, all the way up. So that's what we want to see. We want to see that red line going all the way up. So we're just waiting for it to go up, but there we go. So just crossed. We're at 410, moving slowly, but let's see what happens. Matic can move very fast, guys. Yeah. Any other questions? I mean, we could just see what's going to happen, but two things can happen. It goes up, goes sideways, or it goes down. If it goes sideways, it's going to be a boring live, obviously. But I don't think it's going to go sideways for a long time. This had its big sideways movement in the past. You can see here, like, sideways, right? But I think this Matic is very volatile, which is good to making money. Yeah, we're not there's most alts are not good entry points. I said Matic was a good entry point. It's the only alts that is on my list that was an entry point today. And it was only an entry point on a 1 minute. Okay. And BTC corrected. We had we just had an entry point here, which I told you guys about on a 1 minute. Because if you change the time frame, right, there's no entry point. You see that? The entry point was, let's see, the entry point was April 13th. What time? Like late. Today's April 13th, right? It was like a long time ago, but maybe 048. What is that? Like 22 hours ago. Wasn't it? Like I said, these even on the 3 minute, there's no entry point. 5 minute, no entry point, right? 15 minute, no entry point. The bigger time frame, the less entry point you're going to get. But that's why you don't buy now, because you're at a risk that it goes back to the moving average. Some of you don't recognize that. You're buying and then, whoop, it goes back to the moving average. Why would you do that, guys? Wait until you see this. Buy now, then whoop, then it goes up. You understand? Like, I don't get you guys. Maybe you just don't know what you're doing. So if you buy here, you made 10% on Bitcoin on the 30 minute. If you go to 4 hour, it's going to be bigger, right? Here's your 4 hour view. Entry point came when? Entry point came here. Okay. So with an entry point here, you made 15%. You see what I'm saying? Like, actually, no, it crossed here, but the moving average did not. So you would still be in the game if you're not reacting here. But even if you sold it there, which some people probably would, yeah, you may have sold it here. But it depends on you. If you think it's going to rebound, you hold it, then you can make your 15%. But you would have rebought it. You see, even if you sold it here, like let's say cross and you decided to sell, well, you buy it again here. You know what I mean? That's not a big deal. You're in profit here, already in profit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, there's Matic going again. It's going wild. Is it? What's going on? Oh, we're on a 4 hour. Okay. That doesn't make sense. It's like, no. It's going down. Sorry. I thought sometimes it gets confusing on a 1 minute or 4 hour. Look, it did touch. I'm not going to zoom in. I even got the email from the founder telling me it touched. Okay. I will send you the email. I put it on the Telegram group. Okay, and I posted the exact message that the guy who created the PI cycle said it touched. Okay, I'll post the comment. All right, it touched. I'm not going to zoom in for you. Well, I can't copy and paste, but if you look at the Telegram group, this person say want me to zoom in, but if you look at the Telegram group, you will see that it touched. And I already zoomed in, and trust me, unless you really don't trust me, okay, this guy is saying, can you zoom in? I already did that. It touched. Okay, I zoomed in all the way as close as it can go, and it touched. And I got the email from the guy saying that it touched. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna do Tron because I'm trading live. I'm trading live, so I'm not gonna show you other altcoins. Even though my stop loss is on, right, at 0.406, I'm in a trade with 80 grand on this. So, you know, not a big trade, but still. Yeah, I know you're asking to buy now. It's still a buy. It's still a buy, guys. You know. See how Bitcoin is doing. Oh, Bitcoin dropped again. So that's the problem with the 1 minute. It's very volatile, right? So that's a sell point again here. Or you put your stop loss where you bought it. Right? Put your stop loss where you bought it. And then it would hit. It would hit right there. Doesn't mean you won't buy it again, by the way, right? You're still buying in. It's just that the problem with this is that it's volatile, right? It's... Well, let's see if I'll look at your coin after, but let's see if this is not hit yet. So Matic is less volatile than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is extremely volatile. Well, wait, I wouldn't buy Bitcoin yet because, I mean, I wouldn't buy Matic yet if Bitcoin went below the longer moving average. You know? They're not completely connected, but if it went under, is it going to affect the Matic price? It has not affected much yet. So, because it may bring the price lower. And then you could get a better deal. Yeah, see. Now, that doesn't mean... You see that it just dropped there? Yeah, so then my... probably... My stop sell is going to kick in. But you see, it didn't kick in all the way, only 10%. Because it went down so fast. This is a lesson for you guys. I'm not going to change it or anything, but when Bitcoin crashes, okay, and believe me, that's going to happen at some point. My stop sell didn't feel 100% on this trade. It only feel 10% so far. Now I think it's going to go back up and feel. So that means when it crashes fast like that, okay, and you go down like that so fast, your stop sell may not feel if it's there because it went down too fast. Now to feel, there you go. Now it's filled 100% because it's going up. But it's a different exchange. I think I'm on a different exchange. So let's see what's going to happen. So if it goes back up like this, right, then it's going to feel. But if it crashes, sometimes it does this. It never feels you never get your stop loss filled. That's the problem. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you want to be careful during the Bitcoin. You're taking a big risk trading if Bitcoin crashes. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, only sold 10%. The stop loss only filled 10%. I'm just going to keep it, right? Because it's going to go back up, of course. Granted, the BTC doesn't crash. But what you would want to do is, it's to protect you, right? Like, if it's going to crash, then we might just, if it's going to follow that pattern, then you're on the next trade, I'm better off selling it at the 5%. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, if it's going to follow that pattern, if it's not going to make huge gains like it did in the past, I might as well just do some short trades, make the 5%, get out. Yeah, so it's going to go down, but it will go back up. So I'm not going to sell lower than what I bought. I just would wait it out. Wait it out. I'm not going to be too worried about it, right? Now, what I will do is cancel the stop loss, because the only purpose of the stop loss would be that I sell it here and I buy it again at a lower price. So if I don't stop it, it's going to go back. What's going to happen is going to go, it's going to go down and then go back up, and then it will activate the stop loss here, and then I'll have nothing. So that doesn't make sense. So because it didn't activate the stop loss and I can't buy it at a cheaper price, then I will stop the stop loss that failed. But just to let you know, this is why stop loss are not a good thing, because they don't always work. And then during the Bitcoin crash, if you don't understand this, it's gonna be painful. Then you have to do a market order. Okay, market orders are, you're now a market taker, not a market maker. And the difference between a market taker and a market maker is a market taker has to take whatever person are like selling for. You look back at ADA, right? If you want to understand what that means, okay? I spoke about this in the past. Let's go back to 1 hour here. Some time ago, we have to use candles. This happened, right? Where people had to sell their ADA, they panic. You see this long wick here, the long red wick? Well, guess what that is? That's what happens in a crash. Okay? Exactly this. And believe it or not, believe it or not, ADA Okay, let's, this is a 1 hour. Let's look at a 5 minutes so you can understand what happens here. It's hard for me to find that point. Hold on a second. Because if you go 5 minute, where is it? Oh. You will see that on a 5 minute view, okay. Cannot find it now. Did I miss it? Oh, I didn't miss it. Which doesn't allow me. Let's try 30 minutes. There it is. Right here. Okay, what's going on here with this wick is a crash. Is what happens in a crash. If you zoom in there on the 5 minute, look at how far it went. All the way to 15 cent. That was ADA. It means in a crash, you will be able to buy these altcoins for dirt cheap. When Bitcoin crashes, all the altcoins are going to crash. I hope you understand that. And then you're gonna be able. This is going to happen because people panic. They do a market order. Okay, a market order means you're taking whatever people are willing to buy it. Here's a guy doing a market order and saying, "I ain't buying it unless you give it to me for 15 cents. I'll buy it for that." Then the guy who did a market order has no choice but to give it to you for that price. So can you imagine? The guy who bought it for 15 cents, that on the 5 minute view, you can actually see it, okay? Why I cannot see that? Let's just do 15 minute. Come on. Yeah, I have a hard time with this thing. Go back to 30 minutes. What's going on? Yes, it brings back, I think it's here. I want to see that in 5 minutes. It's not allowing me. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, you guys, that's going to happen. When Bitcoin crashes, you're going to see that happen for sure. You're going to see that happen. It's just the way it works. Okay. So I cancel my stop order and it's already back to 407. Now these are buy points. Hope you understand that. Below the red line is for risk takers right here. Okay. It's a higher risk taker if you're buying it here than you're buying it when it touches that. That means you're confirming it's crossing. Just so you understand. Because I'm not saying Matic's going to crash, but if it did, it could keep going down, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen because it's on the uptrend. It's on the uptrend in every time frame, okay? Above the 1 minute. So every time frame is uptrend. I mean, we're seeing lower highs, but lower lows, so it's still a uptrend. Yeah, so so my goal now, as I said, I would just go for the short-term trade, like make a few percent, 3 or 4%, and then just move my stop loss or just sell it at a limit price. I wouldn't sell it now. I would wait until it goes to a higher price, like, start going up. And then I could try to make, yeah, okay, 3%, then sell, right? And that's it. Then just wait until it does that again. And you could do many leverage trades like that. That would be one way. Guys, any questions? I feel like it's going to drag on. This could be a long trade, guys. Right? Yeah, RSI would definitely be a tool, but I would also use moving average to find out if it's time to buy or not. Definitely, RSI is very good for finding the oversold price, you know. So you're using more than one tool. Always use at least 3 tools in every trade. And if one tool is wrong and 2 tools are right, then you want to be careful. That's why, like, there are many tools to find the market top. Only PI cycle says that we've reached the top. All the other ones say no. So is PI cycle right? Probably not, because it's the only one that says we've reached the Michael cycle top. Every other tool says we have not reached it yet. I wouldn't even be in the trade right now if I thought that PI cycle was 100% accurate. I really explained better than YouTube. What? Okay, thank you. How to identify the crash? Well, there are a lot of tools to identify the crash. Number one, make sure to follow us on the Telegram group. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And Telegram group, I will post on the comment and paste it for those of you who are not follow yet. Okay. Yeah, we have 3 days of trading. So that's what I said. Like, if the PI cycle top is correct, then they have touched. They have touched many hours ago. Then what that means is if the PI cycle top is correct, I'm not saying it is. It's not even my tool. I didn't even create but this is based on Matt's on the previous cycle top, creating a calculation to try to predict the next market cycle top. Okay, and according to that, it's saying that in the next 3 days, the market will crash within the next 3 days. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be after tomorrow. It could be 2 days from now. You get what I'm saying? What should you do? Be very careful. Don't depend on your stop loss. Don't take a risk. Okay, I don't know what to say to you. Seem like a lot of people don't trust the math. I don't know. Coinbase is Coinbase going public this Wednesday, right? Is it going to affect the price? Rumor Walmart bought $1 billion Bitcoin. Is it really true? I really don't know if those things are true or not, but we will see. We will see. Let's see how Bitcoin is doing. Oh, see? Bitcoin, good trade. From the time you bought here till here. Oh, okay, it's not as much. 0.5. It just looks big, huh? Compared to Matic, you know? Matic, yeah, much more profit, right? Like here to there, it's 5%. That's what the difference is, yeah? So anyway, we're about to so we went below the long moving average, so we're waiting to go back on top and make another trade. I will close my trade on the next high here, and the goal is 3%. So 3% from 406, because that's where I bought it. We are looking somewhere around here. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's where I'm looking to close my trade. Okay. Just so you understand, we're in a live trade right now. I have bought Matic. I'm 80 grand into the trade. Okay, it's just to show you guys how to do trades in a short term if you're going to leverage. I have not leveraged. 80 grand is my own money, and I just will wait until I make 3%. If I did leverage, I believe that you can get 5x. Some allow 10x, but if you did like that, and I leverage with 800,000, right? Times 3%, so 800,000 times 3% is 24,000 US. But I'm not going to leverage. I just don't need to. It's just not my way of thinking. Because, yeah, if it keeps dropping like it's just doing now, it's mean you lost more like money, right? So, but anyway, you maybe wonder how far is it going to go? Well, that's why it's risky, because you don't know. But based on history, right, it's not dropped so far. You can see like last time it dropped here was 2.3%. Okay, last one where we just made a trade was 0.3%. Okay, and the one we're in right now dropped 1.4%. So, you know, there's nothing to panic about just because it drops a little bit further. So if you bought it here, if you didn't buy it yet, it could be a better buying opportunity, right? Still the same goal, keep it. Stop loss didn't activate, so I'll just keep it. I activated only 10%, so I guess I'm 70,000 into the trade now. Unban. Did I ban you by accident? Oops. Sorry, I think I banned you by accident, but I unbanned you. I don't know what happened. I didn't know you could ban people right on here. Oh, you can. Oh, shit. That's interesting. So if you put a negative comment on my YouTube, I could just press one button and you're banned. Be nice. Oh, I mean, look, I have a premium. I have a premium membership, which I've not launched yet, but it's ready to go. I've just not launched it yet. To get my best secrets, you would need to pay for it. I'm just helping you guys to make some money tonight, but you have to pay for it. I wouldn't give you all my best indicators for free. Are you kidding me? But I will help you guys. Oh, what the hell? Why is it doing that? Yeah, so I banned you again. Okay, I unbanned you. Anyway, I wouldn't give you my best knowledge all for free. You would need to sign up for the premium to do that, which I have not launched yet. Not launched yet. But I'm giving you guys a lot for free right now. This is pretty good knowledge, don't you agree? Right? I don't need to do this, but I'm trying to help you guys because I see you guys buying in green candles. Makes me... Oh, I'm horrified to see you guys doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see that the green candle going up, 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 and then you buy, and then it goes down, down, you lost money. Then you panic, you sell, right? So I'm trying to teach you how to buy into, like, if you're going to buy in, go on a 1 minute view and buy in below the moving average and then buy in, right? If you're going to do leverage, don't trade less than 1 minute. You go on a 1 minute, try to make your 3% and then sell, right? Just like I'm doing now, but I'm not leveraging myself. Okay. Yeah. The only reason I showed this for free, I wouldn't have shown you guys this. I just felt horrified to see some of you make bad trades. That's all. Because you know what I mean? Like, people say, buy now, it's going up, it's a green candle. I don't agree with that. Buy when it's a red candle. That's when you buy, not when it's a green candle. Jesus. But then people are scared when they see the red candle, so they don't buy, right? But that's when you're supposed to buy. You got to know what's a bad red candle and a good red candle. There's such a thing as a bad one, because if you buy the bad one, it means you're going to see another red candle and another one after that. That's a bad red candle. A good red candle is like, that's the last red candle you're going to see. From now on, it's just green candles. Or maybe you see one more red, but then you see green after. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. I don't see anybody on YouTube talking about that. They just saying green candles all the time. That's why I don't know. I just don't resonate with me personally. But if you guys like it, all the power to you. So, look, we're just waiting for the moving average to change. I mean, not for the moving average to change, but for the price to align with the moving average, and it will. Okay, we are now, where are we? We are now below only 0.9%, so not a big deal, guys. Not a big deal. With the mouth, right? It's very funny. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of sideways movement, kind of boring, but you guys wanted me to stay online, right? Still the same goal, 3%. If you're in a trade and you're doing the same thing as I'm doing, then hold it and just wait, or buy in if you want. Or wait if you think it might go down lower, then wait. No one knows if it's going to go down like this and then up, or it's going to go down like this and then up. But it's unlikely it's going to do that. As I said, in the previous times that it went down, it only went down 2.3%. Okay. So this one, minus 1.9%. 1.4%. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just no problem. I wouldn't react to this stuff. Just got to be patient. I you know, doing this kind of trade, I wouldn't watch the graph. I'd put my alarm ons. Like, look, you put your alarm on 3%, okay? There we go. The alarm is on. When it reaches 3%, deet, 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 then I go to my... actually, once I don't have a stop loss, I could just put a sell order for this price, 0.41. If my goal, because I'm doing a short-term trade, right? If my goal is 3%, then I would just go and make the 3%, and that's it. Okay. So it just went down a little bit more. So where are we at from the moving average? We're now at 1.6%. Okay. All that means is if you're a higher risk taker, you buy now. That's all it means. You get a better price. You get what I'm saying? This is hard, isn't it? For some of you, this is hard. Like, you're used to buying on green candles. But I'm saying don't buy in green candles, buy in red candles. Right? That's what it is. Okay? If you zoom in, that's what it looks like. Right? Like you're on a downtrend below the long moving average, 1.6%, and I'm saying that's a good buy. Buy now if you're a risk taker. Right? Just like if you bought here from the bottom to the top, right? Just like here, if you bought right here, all to the top, you're making 6% within how many minutes? Right? 14 minutes. Sorry, 7 bars, 7 minutes. Within 7 minutes, you made 6%. That's not bad. Or you think it's going to go down further, wait until it goes down to 2%. Right? We don't know. We have no idea. But we look at the history to see how low it goes. Right? Sometimes it doesn't even go, like, look at this. It went down like nothing, like not even, you know, 0.3, like it's like nothing, right? It's nothing to be concerned about. Like this, but it's a good buy entry point, right? This 0.55%. Here, right? Like, I go with this one's probably the lowest one, 2.3% before it went back to the moving average. But what you can see is it always goes back to the moving average unless it's a crash or a dump. Or dump. It's a pump and dump, right? But I'm not saying it's, I don't think they would pump and dump now while Bitcoin is going up pretty good here. See, from our buy point, which was here, Bitcoin is doing well. Not that well, but 1.4%. Like I said, Bitcoin is harder to make gains than Matic. You know, it's just going to be different. That's all. I wouldn't do a short-term trade on Bitcoin unless you have very low risk and you're okay to make 1 or 2%. Again, I use the bar. So the blue bar is like the candle. I just like it better. I like candles too, but on a longer term, 4-hour term, I would use candles. Short term like this, I use blue bar because what I'm trying to see is that we're getting higher highs. You see that? Here we're getting higher highs. So we have not confirmed a lower low, but the higher low. So what we want to see, right, is a trend change like this. Like that. So that's like a higher high, a lower low. You understand what that means? Right? See, now we've been seeing like lower highs, lower lows, right? We need to identify the trend change. That's safer to buy when we identify what the trend change is. Because now from the top to the bottom, it went 1.6 and now is 1.15. So nothing to get too excited about, but a good buy point. Up to you. You want to make money, you buy now. If you're a medium risk taker, wait until the blue line crosses the red. If you're a high risk taker, you can buy right now. But you know, if you leverage trade, right? The entry point is the key because you don't want to go down too much, right? And you can't look at one time frame. That's why I'm saying, like, there's in the future when I launch my premium membership, I will teach you all these secrets, but for now, you can't buy in just one time frame. You need to understand the overall market cycle of your buy point, even on a 1 minute. Because it increases risk if you buy on only one time frame. Okay, so now Matic has moved back to the short-term moving average. So the next step is that the short-term, the yellow line, has to recross the red line. If that happens, then we will be able to hit the 3%. Okay. Okay, so now I'm back to my buy point at 0.406. I'm now breaking even again. Just like I predicted. Exactly as I predicted. Okay. Actually, it's 0.45, so 0.405 to be exact. Okay, I just got some news here. What's going on about crypto? While you're live, I will tell you. Wow, okay. BTC risk 0.7. ETH still good. That's still good. ETH is moving up. 2267. Yeah, true. Yeah. So the Bitcoin is risky, but it's not super risky. Okay. But for Bitcoin to be 100% guaranteed to crash, it would need to reach 94,000. But we're not there yet. So, as I mentioned today, 90,000 is kind of the most dangerous price for Bitcoin. So we're very far away from Bitcoin being 90,000, right? Anyway, I will come back, do another live on a whole bull cycle. We just need to find out if the PI cycle top is bullshit or not. Anyway, I don't care whether it's real or not. I will make money whether it goes up or down, okay? Doesn't matter to me. All right, so we're seeing some actions here. I mean, technically speaking, it looks like we're seeing lower highs, right? And I will point it out to you. Lower highs, right? And then we're seeing lower lows, but we haven't confirmed yet. If this goes like that, then we're seeing a higher low, which be a potential trend change. But we seem to have a hard time doing a higher high here. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I mean, it's still the same goal, but that's why you put your stop loss. So I could have bought it at 0.402 instead of 406. That's why I put the stop loss. Right? Like here. So stop loss should have kicked in here, and then I could have bought it for 1.3% cheaper, but the stop loss didn't work. It's just sometimes there's not enough volume on these coins. Like Matic doesn't have enough volume. Has a lot because it's a market cap of 2 billion, so it's still not that bad. Okay, so we're seeing some action here. I mean, listen, it's 1 minute, it's going to be more volatile, but we're seeing at least a higher low. Okay. Hopefully that sticks. Let's see. But we have not seen, we've kind of seen like a pattern building on a downtrend, if you can see it, right? It's kind of this line here, and it has to kind of break that line here, kind of like that. It's far from perfect, but you can see it a little bit. It's a line there, you know. So it needs to break through that line. Let's make this line a different color and thinner. Okay. Let's make it purple. So if it breaks through that line, that will be good. Anyway, it always go back to the moving average. That red line is the key. You understand? There we go. Just kind of, I mean, it not confirmed yet, but it just broke through that purple line, and then it went back. Pull back, right? So much fun. Let's see how BTC is doing. BTC is still way above that red line, even though it's went down a little bit. You can see a lower high, but the higher lows. Okay, so right. You guys want me to stay for this? Put a 5 in a comment. Otherwise, I mean, it's kind of boring watching this. Unless you enjoy it. How many people watching this? Like 15 or something. Oh, I think Jesus. This ban button is very easy to press. It's like I banned people by accident. Yeah, I banned people by accident. Oh my god. Yeah, I banned like... Oh, I banned like 5 people. Wow. Wasn't done by purpose. Just accident. Oh yeah, there was a lot of people who were banned here. I didn't even... Okay, there must be a new feature. We're now in the comment section. I can ban people very easily. Never seen that before. But I accidentally banned like 5, 6 people. Huh. Yeah, Polygon is the new term. Well, it was... I don't know how new that is, but... Okay. Let's see how far away we are from our moving average. We're now 1.7%. So not close to our 2% plus that we've seen in the past. So nothing to worry about. This is normal. But we are then now starting to see lower lows and lower highs. You see that? So this is no longer... So now it's an even better buy for those with high risk tolerance. If you're wondering, should I buy Matic? Then yes, you're going to make more profit because you know, even from the bottom to here is 1.9. The further away it gets from that red line, given that we're still in the 4-hour profitable trade, right? Okay, let's use candles. Then I would say, yeah. Okay. So it did kind of reach this very big high, and then it went down, and now we get a red candle after a green one, and there's 2 minutes left on the 4-hour, so this could change, right? Yeah, so we probably will see a green candle on the 1 hour because there's only 1 minute left. Okay, and then the next candle is going to be green. That's what I predict. Exactly as I predicted. Yeah, we still have some leg down for it. It can go a bit down, but I don't think it's going to go much down because it's not under 1 minute, but let's see. Yeah, it's people wait till the last minute. You can see it go down a little bit more. Let's see some up action. But I predict it will be a green candle on the next one. So we'll find out in 1 minute. So it's normal, right? You can't expect all green candles. So, you know, you're breathing in, breathing out, right? Breathing in, and then it goes up, right? Something like that. So. Yeah, you can see some bullish action here on this candle. It's pushing upwards. Last 10 seconds, that's a good sign. Watch this. Green candle coming. Pretty sure it's a green candle we're getting next.
Here's your reminder. Take my vitamins.
Okay. Need to confirm it. Okay.
Here's your reminder. Take my vitamins.
Let's see here. Okay, that's a green. Let's see if that's sustained. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay, in a 1 minute it looks different, right? Looks different in a 1 hour, right? Okay, so now we broke through that purple line. Okay, let me just realign this. And the goal is 3% now. Let's see if we can cross above this orange line. That's what we need to do. That's what we're trying to get. Yeah, the 1 hour looks very different. You don't see patterns like this unless you look at the 1 minute. Then you can see better what's happening, right? What's the pattern? So we're back to my buy zone at 406. We're almost there anyway. Now we have a confirm higher higher high. Can you see that? I will show you in case you don't understand. But this was the high and this is the new high. So that's a higher high, right? Okay. Okay, now we are officially at the buying price that I got in. And if you just got here, I bought it here, 406, and it's now exactly where I bought it. The stops loss didn't work. Otherwise, I would have sold it here and bought it again here. And that's probably because Matic doesn't have enough volume. If you look at the volume, right? Yeah, so we're getting good volume now. You can see that. Green, long green candles. That's good. Okay. I'm going to hide that volume for now. There's too many things to look at. Oops. So what we need is we need it to cross. We needed to cross this line, this orange line here. We needed to go up. Oops. We needed to go up past that orange line. Yeah. Let me change this here. Color we're not using. Okay. Yeah. So we needed to go further. I don't like that color either. Let's do green. Yellow is very bright. So now we will see a higher low, I think. Let's wait and confirm it there. So we're seeing higher highs and higher low, which is an indication of a trend change. I mean, it's a 1 minute, so it's very volatile. It's the most volatile time frame. You can't get more volatile than this. But the TA is still applicable, just less reliant than a 4-hour time frame, let's say. I mean, a 1-day time frame for crypto is a bit too long in my opinion. Unless you're buying once during the whole market cycle. Okay, we got a fake out. Didn't happen. Seems to be going back down. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Well, BTC is still going up. Still going up from our buy point here up until now. We have the highest 1% as of now is 0.8%. If you're 10x, good trade, and the lowest was here, so it's not so bad. So for BTC, a good trade. For Matic, not so good for leverage on this one. I mean, especially if your stop loss doesn't hit, then Matic becomes a much more risky leverage, you know. You'll get liquidated if it goes down below too far your buying point, which from I didn't leverage, but from my buy point, it went down as minus 1.2. It's not a big deal. If you're 10x, then your liquidation position is much lower than 1.2. But depending on how much, if you 5x, it's no problem. Sell off tomorrow, yeah, maybe. Let's see. I mean, Bitcoin's still going up. You can see it's still an uptrend. And don't forget, you have the IPO for Coinbase. Right? We're still in an uptrend. Let's see. Yeah, only 1.8, so no big deal. It's got to come back soon, though. We're at a point. So I think I'm going to end this live because I don't know how long it's going to go. But what I want to see, is I want to see that going up. Okay. Let me delete that and do that again. I want to see, is Matic going up something like this, crossing that red line, right, and going all the way up to my 3%, then I sell, and then probably do the whole thing again. Then you could do that over and over again. So that's what you'd want to do in this case. Seems a bit slow, but that's why I'm going to end the live, because it seems a bit slow, and you know, it's not very much enjoying trading right now. But I wouldn't worry about it that it's going down more. It's just getting a better price to buy, right? Because from there to there, it's getting there though. 2.3%, right? From here was almost same, 2.2. So it's left the long-term moving average by 2.3%. There was 2.2. So it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just now is probably, it won't go much lower than that unless it's a dump, which I don't think it is. Right? I think it's fine. Let's see just a little bit more what happens there, but the further it gets away, the more it has to bounce back towards this moving average, right? BTC is still an uptrend. Let's rid of that. We cannot see it very clearly here. So that's why, like, buying a more safer way to buy. This is a risky. If you buy here, it's a good price, but you don't know how far it's going to go, right? So that's why when we do this kind of trading, we're supposed to wait. When that crosses that line, then it's a buy point is here, okay? That's when you would buy. But I'm not scared because I don't think it's going to go much lower than that. So it's going to bounce back, right? That's what we're going to see. It's not. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see how far it goes. Where are we at now? So now 3.2% from the bottom. From actually the moving average just changed a little bit, so that changes things to 2.9%, but it's still dropping. So let's see how far it's going to go from the moving average. All right, guys. I think that's enough. We're going to just end the live, but if you're in a trade right now, you could buy in if you're in a high risk. If you're a high risk taker, you can buy in now. If you're not a high risk, then you want to wait until this turns around and gets back to this line, okay? Then you're going to buy here, okay? Otherwise, let's see what happens. That's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Bye.